Godzilla and Kong are going to have a big battle in the Fortnite island at the end of this season, guys. And with this new update, we have a bunch of new things that were added to the game. We have ways to be better in the game, and we have ways to win the match super fast. Yes, with Kong coming to the island, we have new ways to see and know when Godzilla is coming. And also with Godzilla inclusion, we have new loot, new medallion, which I'm gonna tell you, is a copy of a chapter 5 medallion, but it is amazing. And we also have new items that are gonna help you to move faster through the game. I already complete and defeat Godzilla, and I'm gonna be telling you what is the best gun and how to actually do that super fast so you don't have to battle with other players. And also, I'm gonna be telling you where Godzilla is and where you're going to know if Godzilla is coming or not. With that, also we're gonna have new brand things that are coming to the game that we're gonna be discussing all on this video. But before we start, my name is Omar. I like to post Fortnite videos every single day just for you and my entertainment. So if you like Fortnite, guys, this is your channel, and for free. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button to help the channel a lot. With that said, let's start with this now. Alright guys, let's start talking about Godzilla. Yes, Godzilla have a probability of being in the match of 40% right now. Yes, 40%, and it was 20% when Fortnite added it at the beginning of the update, but they decided after one day of Godzilla being in the match to increase that to 40% because they want the players to enjoy what Godzilla is, just like we did with Doom when Doom was coming from the island. How do you know that Godzilla is gonna show up? It's pretty simple. There's two ways to know at this point. The first one is if you start the match and you see Kong in the island showing up, then you're going to see Godzilla for sure. So if you see Kong coming through the island at the start, you have 100% probability of seeing Godzilla in the match. And the second way to know if you're gonna see Godzilla or not in the match is that at minute 4 of the game, yes, around that time when the first circle closed, you're gonna have a big alert in your match that is gonna tell you that Godzilla is coming. So you will have to run through the location where they're indicating that Godzilla is coming, and the first player that comes through the portal is gonna become Godzilla. So super simple. Just to give you the math, at minute 4 of the game, you're gonna know if Godzilla is coming or not. The first circle is gonna be your indication of knowing yes, Godzilla is coming or not. And the way for someone to become Godzilla is to actually go to the location where Godzilla is coming, which, by the way, is already public, and you can see it right now on this screen, the location where it's possible to see Godzilla. And the only way to become Godzilla right now is to go to a location that indicates that Godzilla is gonna show up there and pass through the portal. The first player that passed through the portal is going to become Godzilla, and based on the math and the games I have played, I can tell you Godzilla comes at minute 4, and by minute 4 and 47 seconds, the person that passed through that portal is gonna come out of the air and it's gonna hit the ground. It's gonna be the big Titan. Yes, the way to defeat Godzilla, guys, is pretty simple. A lot of players have to combine themselves and start hitting Godzilla really hard if they actually want to get Godzilla's loot. And let me tell you something, this is super important because Godzilla loot is super overpowerful right now, even though the medallion is a copy of a previous medallion. But let's talk first how you actually can destroy the beast. I already destroyed the beast by using the new sniper super powerful gun that Fortnite added. And the easiest way to destroy Godzilla is getting that gun and hitting Godzilla in her back or any of the spears that Godzilla has. Yes, that will give a damage of 450, which is the max that you can actually give to Godzilla, and you're probably going to beat the other players that are hitting Godzilla as well if you keep hitting Godzilla in those key spots. Okay, the way to know if you're beating the other player is that you're gonna see this middle bar that you see right now on the screen, and it's gonna indicate at what position you are in the damage you have done to Godzilla and what is the damage that the second person in line or whoever is on top is right there. So if you are on top, just like you see right now when I was on top, then you're gonna see who is the player behind you and how far is that person from you. Be careful when you're battling Godzilla, because believe me, there are gonna be other players that are gonna try to eliminate you while you're doing that, because this area is not a closed, safe area. No, all the players can actually hit you and eliminate you when you do that. The person that eliminates Godzilla is gonna get the full loot, plus, in my opinion, a big nomination for everybody to know your name. Why I say that? Because as soon as you defeat Godzilla, there's gonna be a big alarm for all the players that is gonna indicate this person was the person that damaged Godzilla the most, or give more damage to Godzilla, and everybody's gonna see your tag and your name, which in my opinion is amazing and a real good way to advertise your character in the game, or your name if you like that. After defeating Godzilla, what's gonna happen is that you're gonna get Godzilla's loot, and that will include two things: the new medallion and the new launcher from Godzilla, which looks amazing, and it have a 42 of damage, which is crazy. I already tested this gun to players in cars, and you hit players inside the cars pretty heavy when you hit them with this gun. The medallion is a plain copy of the Cervero medallion for chapter 5. Yes, it's gonna give you the dashes that you used to have there, and it's gonna recover over time. It will be really good for defeating players and move players around, but if you ask me which one is better of the current medallions we have, it's definitely better than the Rose medallion, the reload your guns, but I don't think it's better than the full stamina medallion that you get from the island. So, either way, it's a great medallion. It's gonna help you to destroy players around pretty fast if you know how to use it. Another thing that you can get from Godzilla is the little things that drops when you are battling the Titan. Those things are gonna help you to create the same effect for dashing, and also they're going to recover your shield or health. So when you're battling Godzilla, my advice is that you actually take advantage of this. Try to grab some of these ones, recover your health, and move around, because players are gonna try to eliminate you. Alright, that is Godzilla itself. The big Titan is gonna be moving around, and you again can use this map to see where the locations are. In my opinion, the easiest way to become Godzilla right now is to go through this location that I'm showing you right now and pray that Godzilla comes on that location, because what's gonna happen is you're gonna see the big portal showing up and you can pass through it super fast. If you are far from that location or not that close, believe me, you won't be able to pass through that, because for what I've seen, it takes like 17 seconds max for someone to pass through the portal, which is no timing at all. So, but that is Godzilla, guys. Now, let's talk about the older Titan that was included in the game, which is our good friend Kong. Yes, Kong was added to the game as well, but right now it's not something that you can get, or a medallion that you can get from him. I believe Fortnite probably is going to change this in the future, and we're going to have Kong as well, and we might have a Kong weapon, and also we might have the Kong medallion as well. But for now, we don't have that. What Kong does is, at the beginning of the game, you will know that Kong is coming or not, because you're gonna see a blue line coming from the sky, and then seconds after that, Kong is gonna appear in the game. He's gonna do some movement, he's gonna indicate that he's here, he's gonna call Godzilla, and then he leaves the match again. When Kong show up, you're gonna have these new drops that was included in the game, which are the Monarch weapon drops. These Monarch weapon drops is gonna give you good guns. Epics and legendary guns are coming from those drops. In my opinion, the risk to get those drops are not enough for the beginning of the match, especially if your goal is to become Godzilla or defeat Godzilla. So that is what's happening with Kong. Super important to understand again, if Kong show up in the match, there is 100% probability you're gonna see Godzilla. So if Kong show up, what you can do is go to one of these locations where you know Godzilla might show up. Just go there and wait to see if you're lucky enough to have Godzilla showing up in that spot, and you might be the lucky person that passed through the portal first and become the big Titan. So that is Kong's responsibility right now, just to show up there and tell you Godzilla is coming. Or let's say it better, just call Godzilla to show up in the match. I'm pretty sure in the future we're gonna have a big battle between Godzilla and Kong, and don't get surprised that is actually the end of the season, because as you guys know, the season 2 is gonna start at some point in February. We also know the Mega Godzilla was added to the game just as a skin right now. There's no indication that it's gonna show up, but don't get surprised, there is another big battle between Mega Godzilla, Kong, and Godzilla, just like in the movie, to end another season, or at least to do one of those mid events that Fortnite like to do. But this is all you need to do, guys. This is all the information you needed. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and I will see you all in my next video. Thank y'all.